Alright, we are live, and I didn't refresh my overlay. Oh wait, I never loaded Pokebite. Yeah, I delayed it because I had some friends over. We were playing Mario Party and having some pizza, like us kids back in the day would do. And it just went on a little longer than I thought. But I'm gonna have a very busy December planned. And I didn't want to cancel the stream. So I was gonna delay it till late if I had to. Yeah, I actually purchased Mario Party digitally on my Switch too. I bought the Switch 1 version because I wasn't willing to spend $80 for the Switch 2 edition because I didn't know what extra things it would have. I just bought the Switch 1 version. Yeah, I know it took so long. What type is Crawdaunt? Water Dark. There we go. Also, I ended up changing my layout on OBS. You guys probably aren't, your guys aren't going to be able to tell, but I just reset up my Restream account. I am now multi-streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, and I'm just going to do that from now on. I mean, I don't think it's worth the extra 20, just because based on what I saw, it looks like you get a lot of content already in the base game. It's just in case, like, if anyone discovers me through the Twitch side. Besides, I don't want to do vertical streams anymore. YouTube at some point changed how they work in the algorithm, and they're just not good. You just get, like, no viewers anymore. Even Steve quit doing them. He started multi-streaming to Twitch again, so I started doing it as well. Alright, so Crawdaunt. We're running a... Oh, I didn't change the natures. Hold on. We're running a Naive nature for extra special attack, and... Or no. Naive is plus speed minus special defense? Hey, vertical streams used to be good when they were introduced. They used to be good. But they changed it, like, you would always get a huge spike of, like, 30 viewers, then it would kind of slip. The only successful vertical stream I ever had was the one during last year's Super Bowl. Well, not last year's, but, like, the one in February. Anyway, we're running Naive Nature, we have Shell Armor to reduce crits, and we're running Hidden Power Ice. It'll be a very useful Hidden Power. And, we're actually in the Fluctuating Growth Rate as well, which actually takes the most amount of experience to get to level 100. But up until level 40, we'll be leveling up pretty fast. But then once we get to 40, every odd level, we're going to level up super slow. Technically, the best way to use the candies is to actually go to 40, train to 41, candy to 42, train to 43, candy to 44. But the problem is, in Diamond and Pearl, we don't have many rare candies. And I'm just going to look ahead in the notes. What level will we need? I don't see anything about a minimum level, so we can probably start off with that strat. Anyway, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, whenever I seem to look through a vertical stream now, it's like a lot of people like trying to scam people. Or it's just those like pre-recorded ones where you can supposedly donate money to change something. Like, I've seen some streams that it's kind of like a version of Cookie Clicker, where they would try to, like, click all the way to, like, 1 trillion or something, and you can, like, donate money to, like, subtract 500 or something. And whenever the guy even gets close, he just takes a rest break. It's like, hey, guys, whatever you do, please do not subscribe and like, please do not donate money. Like, I can guarantee you that's all pre-recorded stuff. And there's been a few I've seen where it would have some, like, gamer girl, like, sleeping, and the caption would say, donate to wake me up. Yeah, I know this is a pretty late stream, but, I really didn't want to cancel the stream. Also, everybody, Daily December will officially start tomorrow. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. EST, 8 p.m. Pacific, there will be one video released every day. I already have the first 14 uploaded and scheduled, and I just finished the 15th, and I'm halfway through my 16th right now. And also, every day, we'll do one random solo run stream of the game we're doing. So tomorrow, the first video will be Pokemon Sapphire with Cradily. And you can probably guess what the other one will be later in the month. But, yeah, later that day, we'll do a random solo run stream in Sapphire. But you guys may be thinking, wait, don't you usually do backports on Saturdays? Yes, I'm still gonna do it tomorrow, but then I told Steve and Ike I'm not gonna do any more for the rest of the month. And also, I really do not want to skip the backport for tomorrow, which is going to be Mega Pinsir. I want my leaderboard to have all of the Mega forms on it, at least ones that are currently in existence. I don't want to skip it. So tomorrow, I'm actually going to be doing 2 streams. The first stream will be done at the normal time with Mega Pinsir with Ike and Steve. And I'll give it an hour before I start the second stream, which will be a random Sapphire run. I drank an energy drink way earlier, now regret it. No. Nice. Also, at least Crawdaunt starts with some decent moves. Vice Grip is a pretty decent move. Alright, let's see. In Axew's notes, due to the fluctuating growth rate, we do need to train on the even levels, canning the odd levels trick. Ideally starting at level 50 due to Diamond and Pearl's huge level spike. Let's see, Rourke and Gardenia. Fight everyone. We want to be level 25 for Gardenia. Grab Hidden Power and Quick Claw. Get him a chop for the Abra trade. Alright, what was it I caught? I think I just caught a Starly, right? I don't think I caught a Bidoof. Also, I'm pretty confident those Abras have Hidden Power fighting. And oh my god, they're live. I don't get it. What are you trying to say? But yeah, if you guys are wondering why I'm doing video and a stream every day for Daily December, twice the content, the giant Christmas gift for you guys, and I'm sure it'll be a giant Christmas gift for me once the revenue comes in. Because I know ads are really rampant during December. I apologize in advance, but I appreciate your support. Okay, teach. I don't want Harden. Get rid of it. You know, why don't other people play the masterpiece that is Diamond and Pearl? They don't know what they're missing. Basically, a lot of YouTubers do a bunch of streams in December, like those 25 days of Christmas streams, or the December-thon like you're doing Daily December. Yeah, I remember, I think this was last year or the year before, but I know at one point... Oh, hold on, the music title's not showing. Oh yeah, I have Legend ZA music in the music pool now. There's like 12 different versions of the Lumio City theme. Man, this thing's been gaining friendship quickly. Alright, I just used up the last of my Vice scripts, but... Oh, wait. Who do I have? Starly. Okay, I still need a Bidoof. And I'm gonna need a Machop, too, for Abra. I should probably go get the Machop really quick. First try. Bubble. We'll need this Abra, or this Machop to trade for an Abra. Getting an Abra is super useful in this game if if you're about to fight the fighting type gym leader, for example, and you need to do all of the training going to Pastoria, you can quickly teleport back. Hey, John. So, John, I'm sure you appreciate the later stream, huh? Also, for those of you wondering, a stab bubble beam has an effective power of 30. Why did I teach that Machop Brock Smash? I'm not even going to have it much longer. You're at New Zealand time? Why are you in New Zealand? Why are you in the Canada of Australia? Oh, you travel overseas. Ah. Not even gonna save. Oh no, headbutt. John, I think Shadow will only pay you if you do that Christmas marathon stream. I think the person who wants the Abra trade, that's this kid, right? This girl. "25 streams within 25 days. What if you do 25 streams in one day, but each stream only lasts 5 minutes? Hold on. I just realized I never actually healed at the center here. So as soon as I catch my thing here, I can actually just teleport back. Wait, oh, damn it. Why did I do that? I don't have a Rock Smash user yet because I never found a Bidoof. Come on, Bidoof. It might have been my fault, because I think I did accidentally knock out a Bidoof earlier. There's one. I think Bubble's gonna kill at that level. Dude, that thing didn't shake. No, John, maybe every day you should do a Pokemon Sun solo run. Also, on the bright side, in Diamond and Pearl, I don't have to worry about depositing the Psyduck because I don't have to collect a stupid Togepi egg. But yeah, I don't... Okay, I do need Geodude. Come on. There we go. If I had the time, I would. Maybe do, like, 2 solo runs a week. Bruh. Okay, I did not expect it to go that far back. I seriously did not heal in Jubilee. Okay, that is embarrassing. That trick would only work if I had stepped foot in the center. Whoops. Yeah, I better heal. That's funny, that actually cost me time. That was pretty funny. Maybe I just wanted to visit Mom, okay? You ever thought of how she feels? No, John. No, John, do like 2 Sun and Moon runs a week. The internet needs more Sun and Moon solo runs. John, I probably wouldn't be able to pop in. You do your streams at like 1 a.m. for me. I mean, John, I'm not... It depends on when you did the stream, because the thing is, John, I'm doing a stream every day for Daily December. Like, I am going to be fucking packed for the next month. Starting tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow, I'm doing 2 streams in one day. Because I'm going to have to do the random Sapphire solo run, but I do not want to skip Mega Pinsir. Theoretically, I could cancel it, but I don't want to do that to Steve and Ike. We already planned it. So I'll do the stream with them, take a break for an hour, then start a new stream. So yeah, I just hope you guys all know how a watch later playlist works on YouTube, because you're gonna need it. Why does your stream have the wrong title? What? What's it say? I swore I... Does it stay Sharpedo? Oh, really? Oh. Yeah, I can fix it. Clickbait. But I mean, the thumbnail is technically correct. Alright, that should be correct. Whoops. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have the quick claw here. I wonder if I should use a Leer followed by Vice Grip. Yeah, John, look at the title. It's literally Pokemon Pearl. And besides, this is not what Platinum looks like. Platinum has the black little enemy HP bars. Diamond and Pearl have the white ones. But besides, you can just look at the title and the thumbnail. My Pearl videos all have a pink thumbnail. Platinum is more like a brown reddish. And besides, it's also in the title. Then again, with my old overlay, it was a lot easier to tell what game I was playing. But then again, the old overlay was pretty ugly. I'm glad I upgraded. Yeah, but it's still Pokemon Pearl, but I get what you're saying. Bubble Beam, finally, a good move. I'm still going to fight most of the trainers because I do want level 25 for Gardenia. Because for Gardenia, Hidden Power Ice will have an 87% chance to one-shot Cherubi, 43% chance to one-shot Turtwig, and a 45% chance to two-hit. I think this person has grass types. Also, something I've really been hating about a lot of Pokemon that were introduced in the Hoenn region, a lot of them have interesting looking designs, but their stats are terrible. This thing has a base stat total of 468. And for a comparison, like, fully evolved starters are like in the 500s. I mean, this thing has great attack, okay special tech, and not kind of bad everything else. Like 55 speed. This thing is honestly just a worse Crawdaunt, because the dark typing literally does nothing for it. It gives it a fighting weakness. Yeah, the Pokemon are amazing, but actually terrible. Yeah, but like in Generation 3, you'll have an Absol spamming like Slash. And better yet, the movesets. Like, I don't like that a member of the Elite Four has a Pokemon with, like, Double Team, Torment, Pursuit. Like, the movesets are just terrible. It was kind of one of the reasons I like the ORAS games a lot better than Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Is because the physical special split and the expanded move pool literally made them a lot better. Like, the Pokemon actually feel good to use. Probably this time for this week. Isn't this because it's Saturday for you right now? Protect. Gross. Alright, Maylene. Grab Amulet Coin and Attract. We want Summon Swords Dance for 6,000 coins. Maylene's going to be rough. We want Aerial Ace and Dig. Vice Grip's not going to cut it. We want to be level 35. Grab Aerial Ace. Grab Dig. Be level 35. Okay. Oh no, the croissant curry. Not the croissant curry music. Alright, no need to heal. I always do like to grab the super potion just because it's very quick. No, because it's 3 hours ahead here, so back in Australia it'd be 2:30. Dang. Time zones are fun. Well, John, it's... You say it's 3 hours ahead, but does New Zealand do daylight savings? Because if they do and you don't, it could probably be a bigger difference. Like, I know, like, the state of Arizona, for example, like, during half of the year, they're in Pacific time. The other half, they're in, I think Mountain. Yeah, they're in Mountain time in the other half. The time zones just change all around it. And, like, it just changes what time zone it's in, depending on the time of the year. But you know what's funny? We've had to drive down to the capital city of my state once for a concert. It was technically, like, in terms of actual time, it was like a 6.5, 7-hour drive. But we technically went from Pacific to Mountain time, so we had to add an hour. So even though it was a 7-hour drive, it was technically an 8-hour drive. And coming back up, it was a 7-hour drive instead of an 8-hour drive. Alright, got the one hit. What about the Turtwig? Nice. Roserade's gonna be a chance to 2-hit. Oh no, Poison Sting. I just got the Quick Claw. Okay, yeah, she really freaking threw the fight. If it had gone for Magical Leaf or Grass Knot, it would have left me at like 10% of my health. It would have done so much damage. Yeah, if this were Platinum, I would just have to hope for a Quick Claw. Wait, what did this person say? You wanted to go up. Well, why didn't you? Are Crawdaunt's eyes, like, indented into its shell, or are those normally, like, dark circles under its eyes? Goth. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm at -3 accuracy. Stop it. No, 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 no. Come on, come on. Okay. Honestly, that skunk tank kind of feels the same on random AI, whether it's good or random. I think I need more repels. One more escape rope for the Solaceon ruins. Yay, the useless explorer kit that's banned in my rule set. Alright, I'm gonna come down here for the elixir. Oh, I actually learned an interesting fact. You guys know about the Battle Factory in the Gen 4 Battle Frontier? It's essentially Pokemon's own, like, legitimate Pokemon randomizer. The Battle Factory Brain, Thornton, I think his name is. He's actually bugged in the English and Japanese versions of the game, but I think only versions 1.0 of those regions. I'm not 100% sure. There was a video by Etchy about it. But in some languages of the game, in some versions, during the first fight with him, where you try to get your silver print, he will actually have his other team, you know, the team where you have to get the gold print. So essentially, when you get to him for the first time, he's going to have legendaries on his team. And will literally just cheat on you. He'll literally just cheat. But it's only in some versions of the game in some languages that does this. Like, it has them swapped. It's only in Platinum? Yeah, I was going to mention that too. Well, I wasn't, but I just remembered that. But yeah, it's like they're swapped. And in those games where he'll have the gold, he'll have the, like, gold print team for the silver match, he'll have the silver match for the gold one. So when you fight him to get the gold print, he'll have, like, non-legendaries. I cannot do a regular playthrough of the game. That'll just trigger me. You know, I've always considered doing a glitch Pokemon. But I don't want to do something with, like, 5 attack, 235 special, 2 speed, 2 HP, and 2 defense. You know, in Diamond and Pearl, it's actually more efficient to enter on the left side, just because it's where you're just coming into town. But in Platinum, this area is effectively split into 2. So if you want the Amulet Coin, you have to enter on the right. If you want Attract or Secret Power, you have to enter on the left. You gotta go. See ya, John. Yeah, I've seen Cody's work. Alright, no need to save. Guy's gonna be a piece of cake. What's the consensus? Okay, it looks like 50% of you guys, so a majority, say it's gonna get under 2 hours and 2 minutes, which is faster than Sharpedo. Then again, Crawdaunt does have the advantage of Swords Dance, but it has to wait a while for that until I can get it from the game corner. Honestly, I know Scott has played the erratic growth rate with Zangoose a couple of times. The erratic growth rate really doesn't hold it back. It gets Swords Dance at like level 10. I used to just deposit my HM users here, but honestly, it's pretty much faster to just fight them like this. It's not like those two beauty trainers in Heart Gold. The two beauty trainers in Heart Gold, the ones that each have a Clefable and a Wigglytuff, they are actually hard. These twins are not hard. Gotta get the return TM as well as strength. Yeah, no, I mean, Cody's work on the glitch patches is impressive. I just don't know if I'd want to play them. I've thought about it, but I don't want to play with something that bad. Maybe if it were one of the extremely busted glitch mods. Like the ones that have like 200 and everything. That'd be fun. Also, it really pisses me off, actually. I'm not going to show this off, but you actually cannot use an escape rope in this tower. You've got to be kidding. I have never encountered these guys before. Oops. You know, I actually need to remember which of these rooms have evolution stones in them, so I can sell them for money, but now that I think about it, I think the evolution stones are only in platinum. Hold on. What I'm going to start doing from now on is, if I'm out of healing items before I go to the next route, I'll buy 3 Moo Moo Milks. In Platinum, you're able to buy a dozen, but I think in this case, I'm like, whatever, just get a few. And there's the Bronzor with the 70% hypnosis. Scott would surely be happy. But you know what's funny? In Scott's new Victory Bell solo run video, where he essentially just did another blind playthrough with Victory Bell, like, I think he's kind of obsessed with it. Kind of like how Steve's obsessed with Alakazam. But, he ended up getting another better time. And, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, someone in the comments was saying, I think Scott can get a better time if Sleep Powder was at level 35 instead of level 12, so that way Scott wouldn't be so tempted to use it on Pokemon he outspeeds in 2 shots. And I just thought that was pretty funny. Uh-oh. Oh my god, this guy's an absolute moron. Oh my god. Dennis, you absolute idiot. I legitimately thought I was gonna have to reset and use a Moo Moo Milk. Disabled Bubble Beam, huh? Well, good thing I wasn't using it. Alright, I'm gonna get some PP ups to sell for money. The game's coded perfectly. Coded better than Battle Revolution. Alright, I'm gonna heal here to set my teleport point. Okay, so I'm gonna need the amulet coin. Dude, the AI in Battle Revolution is literally non-existent. Plus, the way they handle rentals in that game is so awful. Like, the game looks great, but it's not a good game. Like, I own a copy of Battle Revolution from as a kid, and honestly, it's just not a good game. People only really seem to like it for the sake of comparing graphics. It's literally all the game has going for it is the graphics. The actual gameplay and story is just pure garbage. I hate it. Like, in just watching Steve play Battle Revolution kind of reminded me why I hated it, because I hadn't played it in so long. But I hope once I get around to Coliseum and XD in the new year, once they eventually come out on Switch, I'll see if my opinion changes on those games. I never had a negative opinion on the games, I just never played them. Yeah, there are people in Battle Revolution who will use ghost moves on normal types. I've literally seen it happen. Like, literally, I think when people praise Battle Revolution, it's literally because of the graphics and nothing else. It's why I tell people, like, just because a game doesn't have the best graphics doesn't mean it's a bad game by default. And from now on, I'm going to bring up Battle Revolution as an example. Like, the graphics in Battle Revolution probably look better than any main series Pokemon game, but the actual gameplay is garbage. That thing probably has hidden power fighting. I don't know if I need a heart scale, but I can get one just in case. Also, I'm gonna need Substitute and Swords Dance. Is there a way for me to get Swords Dance from Aileen? No, I don't think so. Besides, I don't think Swords Dance from Aileen is necessary. Let's see, I just need level 35. Oh, I just realized I forgot Dig. I'll get it when I teleport back. You know, I should probably teleport back now, actually. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way to get Abra and most Platinum in Pearl runs. Because you have to catch a Machop to get it. And in Platinum, I will actually have to deposit the Abra and withdraw it. Because I have to accept the Togepi egg. Are there trainers in here? Oh. I must not have it at the right time. I really should think of that for future runs. Like, if I need training for Maylene, I should make sure to set it to appropriate time. I mean, the animations for some of the moves look really good. But one thing I will say is the move animations are so freaking long. Like, they will literally just crawl up to the opponent, then use the move. Like, it looks great, but I can guarantee you, if move animations were that slow in a main series Pokemon game, people would fucking hate it. Guaranteed. I mean, Pokken Tournament looks great. I could never get into it. I tried to play it once. I don't know. It's just not my kind of game. Taunt, gross. Dang it. Let's see. Oh, wait, I forgot, dude. I just said it was the best looking Pokemon game. Your previous message was, but it isn't the best looking. Like, you're literally giving me two different sentences, Shadow. Alright, so I can still teleport myself back. I just need to not enter the center. Teleport in here. Aw. Also, fun fact, you can actually fight Maylene or Wake in any order. I don't know if Platinum fixed that. Hold on, I need to get some repels. Alright. Alright, let's see. Alright, so my moveset is Aerial Ace, Dig, Bubble Beam, Hidden Power Ice. So I need to get rid of Vice Grip and Leer. Aerial Ace in the place of Vice Grip. Dig in the place of Leer. I may have misunderstood it, who knows. I mean, so far, Crawdaunt's doing pretty good, but the growth rate is starting to catch up to it. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to do the whole, like, candy on the odds and the even levels until level 50. That's what Axie recommends. Because the problem is, there aren't as many rare candies in Pearl as there are in Platinum. Like, I legitimately think this Pokemon would actually have an easier time in Platinum. Literally because of the extra candies. That's the one disadvantage Pearl runs have to go through is there's like 8 less rare candies. And the Elite Four are higher levels with much greater speed stats. Alright, let's see. Level 35 Dig. 75% chance to Oko. And I think I actually did the math with 0 attack EVs. That hurt. Hey look, you actually get the badges in order in this game. I will say, it is my unpopular opinion that it made no sense for Platinum to make Fantina the third gym leader. Because they really just completely nerfed Fantina's team because of it. And then whenever you open up your badge case, all the badges are in the wrong order. And then people are like, well, it doesn't make sense to have to backtrack to a gym. May I introduce to you the Viridian City Gym? It made the game feel less linear, knowing you'd have to backtrack to a previous town to go to its gym. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Metronome Flame Wheel. Honestly, I might be able to buy Swords Dance. I mean, I do need Swords Dance for Wake. I just need 20k. I think I might have enough money, actually. There we go. See. I think I can afford to get rid of Bubble Beam. Hey, game dev. It even says in Axiu's notes to like do money farming before Wake for like vitamins and stuff, but I don't think that'll be necessary. I'll just hold on to the amulet coin. Uh-oh. Oh god, no. Oh boy. That was cutting it close. Alright, I'm gonna make sure to have a person berry for Wake, just in case he swaggers. Man, this is a good track. Alright, so the plan is one Swords Dance. Actually, maybe I should Swords Dance until Swagger. No. The float's allowed speeds. You just realized game devs here? What made you realize? Dig has more power. Brian, that did like 2 damage. Who said I was here? Shadow did. I do wonder if there's any Pokemon Pearl run that I have to do where I actually want to beat Wake first. Because you can actually fight Wake as the 3rd gym in this game. It's very inefficient unless you have a teleport user. And also, as soon as I'm done chasing this guy and I fly to Salacian Town, at that point, I should have enough to... I should be able to buy Max Repels. Probably depends on if you're going for a world record or not, or something dumb like that. No, it would have to be probably a Pokemon that's like 4 times weak to fighting, but has like an easy time against the water types. I don't know though. Wake's team is just hard, even if they're the same levels, because Gyarados with Intimidate is just... Then again, there is always the Swagger strat. Just hope he uses Swagger. I just realized I forgot Defog. You know what? I should be fine, though. I literally have Aerial Ace. Hey, Jeezy, how you doing? Oh, I'm not holding Amulet Coin anymore. I still need money for Substitute. Yeah, it's been a little bit. How you doing? Oh, speaking of, like, speedruns and stuff, since I noticed GZ showed up, someone finally submitted the first, like, Legend ZA Catch-em-all speedrun on, like, a single save file. So, minus the 3 required, like, trade evolutions, I think are, like, Scizor, Slurpuff, and Aromatisse. The current record right now is 8.5 hours. I think at some point in the new year, I might actually look at the route and try my own run. I don't want to do, like, regular game runs. Like, who cares about any percent? Like, who cares about that? Like, I want to do a catch-em-all run. Yeah, 8.5 hours. That is surprisingly fast. And you gotta remember, the any percent record right now is like 6.5 hours. I've been following the leaderboard since it was created. I don't need hidden power. Yeah, any percent is just button mashing. Oh my god, where are the stairs? Yeah, it's button mashing. Use Boys the Heracross. I think there's a few other Pokemon that are involved. But having a Catchable, there was legitimate strategy to think about. So I think it'd be a very interesting run to do. And it's a lot more generous in terms of how long it takes compared to like a Mystery Dungeon Recruit 'em All, or that Conquest 100% run I did that was like 72 hours. Yeah, an extra 2 doing something meaningful. Exactly. I'm gonna wait in the new year, though. Sometime. Not a priority for me right now. Because I already have a full living dex in Legends EA. I know a lot of people have been playing Pokerogue, but I don't know, it just doesn't look like my kind of game. And not only that, the same guy, Shenanigans, worked with 360 Chrism to do a co-op catch 'em all run, which does include the 3 trade evolutions, but there were 2 methods of doing it. You could either do the 1 dex or the 2 dex option. The 1 dex option means like only 1 game needs to complete the dex. The other game can just be there for like, I don't know, emotional support or some shit like that. Oh, right, I actually got to be Fantina. But it was actually the 2 Pokedex route, meaning both games had to complete their dex all the way to 230. Do you have a living dex already? I'm still missing some Pokemon that refuse to spawn. What are you missing? I can tell you where to find it. Let's Go games are boring. I think the Let's Go games are one of the worst Pokemon games ever made. The speedrun? Oh. You had me in the first half. I still think Let's Go is one of the worst Pokemon games ever made. I don't want to play Pokemon Go on my Switch. Alright, I think I can get away with 1 Swords Dance. Night Slash. Infused right. Okay, that would have hurt. But, uh-oh. Wow, okay. My biggest weakness, myself. Not sure which one's missing. I don't have my Switch plugged in right now. Waiting for a new stand. That was a cool thing when they came up with their trash now. I cannot replay them as someone who's like BDSP. I'd rather try that again than the Let's Go games. I think the hatred for BDSP is very overhyped. But then again, I think Legends EA might break that record at this point. But I don't know, like, whenever I, like, watch a lot of, like, bigger, like, Pokemon, like, content creators, say what you will about most of them, but they tend to share universal opinions that BDSP were heavily disappointing games. But at the same time, a lot of them say that ZA was incredibly good. So you gotta think, like, what option's correct here. I will actually agree. BDSP at launch was so bad. They literally launched the game with the post-game missing. You had to download a day 1 patch to have the post-game in it. So if you played the game without internet, you were literally missing part of the game. And there are just bugs with it. Oh my god. I will agree with that. Hey, Jarrett. I like ZA so far. Oh yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm still in the middle of playing it. I'm trying to get the shiny charm. Oh yeah, the bugged music. I think some of the bugged music is actually in my music pool. For some reason, it like sounded so much like the originals, though. Like, the way ILCA handled the launch was so bad. But surprisingly enough... Whoops. Surprisingly enough, though, Legends EA has had very few bugs. Like, I've looked at, like, 3 different... There's been 3 updates to the game. I've actually been reading the patch notes on Cerebi. They're all for, like, very minor things. Most of them to do with the rank battles, so, like, it's surprising how stable the game is. Oh, yeah, the actual speedruns where you do some sort of, like, sandwich menuing. That was funny. 63.6-inch plant stand, which will be able to have my projector on top. PS5 and Switch on the shelf. Nice. Yeah, I think a lot of the hatred for ZA is mainly from people who haven't played Pokemon in like 10 years. Because from what I've noticed, if you looked at opinions from only the people that actually played the game, it is not like a 30-40% game. It'd be more like 80-85. Like if you only asked people who played, because people who hate the game aren't going to buy it. Like I still do legitimately think that a lot of the hatred for the game at launch has to do with all those Pal World lawsuits. Like people, they're just taking it out on the game in question. I legitimately think that's the reason. Beat the game in less than 15 minutes. Yeah, that was insane. It's insanely funny. Then again, remember how buggy the original Diamond and Pearl was? You could literally surf in Aaron's door and access the void. The thing is, GZ, the biggest flaw with the game, it takes like 4 hours to get good. Like, the first 4 hours are very boring. But once you get past that, then it becomes really good. That's the problem with the game. You just have to get into it. Because it's all like tutorial stuff. Oh, daytime, do some talking. Nighttime, you have to like do some battles. But then once you get to the point, like 4 hours in, where you unlock Mega Evolution, then the game gets really good. The just problem is you gotta wait for it. Personberry 1 sword stance. Do not teach Crabhammer, it's not very good. Okay, so I may have to use all resisted moves for this gym, but I have swords. Well, I have Dig. BDSPI Brilliant Diamond, and it's so slow. Oh, game dev. I remember on the Switch one, BDSP has very bad loading times. Like, somehow worse than Scarlet and Violet. But from what I've heard on Reddit, the Switch 2 fixed the loading times. But GZ, one thing I'll say is that the way the real-time battles are handled, there are some unique strats just weren't strats before. Brilliant Dong and Shining Piss. Like, for example, like, whenever you, like, Mega Evolve your Pokemon, or, like, during certain move animations, you become temporarily invincible to attacks. So you can actually properly time your Mega Evolutions or specific attacks to miss taking damage. And there's some moves that, like, always lock onto your opponent, like Thunderbolt, Heat Wave, Shadow Force. And then there are some moves that just aim for one particular spot, the ones that aren't accurate, like Thunder. And Pokemon like Aegislash just suck really bad. Loading times fast as Shadouken for the game is so slow, it's what I mean. Like, so much setup going, tons of interruptions, unskippable cutscenes. Game dev, that's kind of a problem with the original Sinnoh games. The original Sinnoh games were very slow. Like, the remakes aren't going to fix that. I mean, one of my big reasons for liking the remakes is the better underground and lack of HM moves. Plus, the Surf user is a Bibarel. Heart Soul Silver. Yeah, Heart Soul Silver tried to fix the level curve, but all it really did was fix the Kanto gym leaders and added a round 2 rematch team. It did not actually fix the level curve. I think Lance's Pokemon should have ended at like level 60 or something, and the gym leaders in Kanto are like level 65 to 68 or something like that. Oh, you mean the cutscene thing? I didn't think it was that bad. I will say, though, I know a lot of people get very upset with cutscenes in newer games, but at the same time, like, I get, like, cutscenes ruin replayability, but I generally prefer a game that has a really good and in-depth story to one with a very quick story that you can replay. Like, I know a lot of people will score games based on replayability. I'm just not one of those people. But then you might be saying, well, you're literally replaying all sorts of Pokemon games over and over again. And while I'm like, yes, that is true, you also gotta remember I'm on 4 times speed. Like, if I have to put the game on 4 times speed to replay it, that's not a good sign of replayability, I'm just saying. Yeah, Jeezy, I do sort of agree with you on that. Like, there was an interesting thing on, like, having to figure stuff out yourself, but at the same time, there should also be, like, context clues as well. Like, for example, like, in the original Gen 2, if you didn't have the idea of literally going into every single house and talking to every single NPC, you were just gonna have no idea where to find things. Like, Pokemon did this so many times. Gen 2 Strength, in Diamond and Pearl, Strength being in the tower, and Defog being some guy in the Safari Zone. Or like in Black and White 1, the Strength HM in some random guy's house in Nimbasa City. But yeah, I literally have to have speed up on to make replayability worth it. So I kinda don't buy the whole replayability argument. Or better yet, when people play Nuzlocke, do you know how many people who play Nuzlocke hack in rare candies because they don't want to grind? I mean, no offense, but if you have to hack in rare candies to, like, skip grinding, which is, like, a part of the older Pokemon games, you can't really argue replayability value. I'm just saying. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll do it, but at the same time, I'm not the one praising games for replayability. Yeah, speedruns is, like, the one true way of replayability. Also, when I said that Diamond and Pearl have mostly random AI, there's still some aspects of AI. Like, the Kadabra will not use a Psychic move on me. It's not that stupid. Unlike Battle Revolution. Oh yeah, GZ, we were talking about, Battle Revolution. I was telling, Shadow earlier in the chat, I don't think she's here anymore, but I think people only praised the original Battle Revolution for its graphics. When you actually play the game, like with how the rentals work, how slow the move animations are, and just how shit the story is, Battle Revolution honestly sucks as a game. It's really bad. People only praise it for the graphics. Like, I was watching Steve do a rental randomizer for it. Like, it was super easy. The enemy AI is absolutely retarded. Like, they'll use ghost moves on normal types. That's how stupid they are. And you're stuck with, like, the same 6 rentals. And we're like, well, isn't there a way to unlock more rental passes? No, that's for round 2. Literally for round 1, for all 6 of those, like, stadium areas, whatever they're called, you have to use the same 6 Pokemon. And I don't think you can use your own Pokemon for it. Plus, they never made Platinum compatible. Like, I get it came out before Platinum, but still. They could have released an updated version or some. Oh, yeah, and the other thing with, like, the move animations look really good, but the problem is they are so slow. Like, they have to, like, crawl up to the Pokemon, then use the attack. Like, it looks great, but I can guarantee you, if the animations looked exactly like that in a main series game, everyone would complain how slow it is. Like, people seem to forget that. You can make an arm for a Battle Frontier, but that's the only good post-game thing in Pokemon other than the Gen 2 post-game. I don't think Gen 2's post-game even counts as a post-game. The post-game should not be as big as the main story. The main story of Johto was so small. Like, I legitimately don't think that should count as a post-game. Uh-oh. Okay, that was cutting it close. I do like the Sevi Islands, although some of them were pretty bland, yeah. And honestly, GZ, I actually do think the Battle Frontier is heavily overrated. I think the only good part of the Battle Frontier was the Battle Factory. Like the one where it was literally a pure rental randomizer. That, even as a kid, I think that was the only good one. The other ones were all kind of samey. And besides, places like the Pokemon World Tournament were just so much better. Oh yeah, both Black and White and Black 2 White 2 had very good post-game. There were still plenty of cities to explore, they had their own interests. You could actually backtrack to older areas and find new things. Like in Black and White 1, there was the whole Dreamyard post-game. Like, there were entire sections of the Dreamyard you could now explore with, like, high-level trainers and stuff. Although, one thing I will say, Black and White 1 had terrible level curves. Like, it made no sense for Getsus to have, like, level 54 Pokemon. And then, as soon as you access Route 11 from Upalucid City, all the trainers had Pokemon at level 65. Like, the level scaling was so dog shit. I do think it was very interesting they made it all new, guys, but I know at the time it was very controversial, because people wanted to replay with, like, Pikachu and stuff. Yeah, that was literally it. They couldn't replay their favorites. I still personally like Black 2 and White 2 more, because the level curve is a lot better, and I think the gym leaders had far better teams, and just the cities looked so much better. Plus, having a mix of, like, new cities, some new gym leaders, and yes, older Pokemon mixed in, I think made the games feel more complete. Plus the Pokemon World Tournament. It's unfortunate, though, that the Pokemon World Tournament wasn't in the original Black and White, but it was instead in the sequels. Because there's a very high chance that when Black and White remakes eventually come out, there's a very high chance it won't have it. It'll just have the Battle Subway. Unless they find some sort of way to combine it, or release some sort of DLC for it that adds Black 2 White 2 areas, but I don't know. Who knows how they're going to do it. I mean, the most likely thing is just going to be based on Black and White 1. Black 2 White 2 will have no involvement. I think that's just the most likely. I don't know why people hated Hugh. I thought he was awesome. Holy crap, that was close. Well, fortunately, there's no more trainers. Like, Hugh will literally, like, punch and tackle members of Team Plasma. It was funny. And he was just, like, a really aggressive person against him. Like, imagine if your rival helps you take on members of Team Magma, and then May just goes up there and just slaps them. Okay, I think that's all of it. Dude, I always forget this one. Dude, I swear, Diamond and Pearl has the harder puzzle. Yeah, everybody just wants asshole rivals. Alright, Candace moveset. Swords Dance, Dig, Aerial Ace, Night Slash. Yep, still the same. You know what's funny? The fluctuating growth rate hasn't really been affecting this thing that much, all because of Swords Dance. And Stab Night Slash is really good. And I've been swaggered. Oh boy, this is gonna be kind of scary. So far, my only reset was because of confusion. Yep, make that too. Seriously, my only weakness is myself. Man, my biggest weakness is myself. I mistimed that. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Taunt. My god, Candace, seriously? Really good D-make. Alright, I am going to need to buy substitute TM and vitamins. I mean, the original Sword and Shield weren't the best Pokemon games. Like, the DLC had some very fun parts, like the Dynamax adventures, but there's only so much the Dynamax adventures can carry you. Alright, the rest of the money will be used on vitamins. Alright, everybody, today's vitamin of the day is 5 protein. I wish I could buy some Carbos, but I can't afford any. Also, I have, like, no healing items. I don't know, Jeezy. I'm not a fan of playing Pokemon ROM hacks. I just don't like playing other people's, like, visions for a Pokemon game. It's like an uncanny valley type of thing. I don't know. I guess I'm just that way with most ROM hacks. Then again, this is coming from a guy who's making his own Pokemon ROM hack. But, like, my ROM hack is... Well, for Red and Blue, all it essentially does is it adds all the regional forms to the game. Yeah, my Gen 4 experience was also Platinum, too. My brother's was Pokemon Diamond, actually. Yeah, when we played BDSP, I did like the games a lot. The Underground was a lot of fun. I get, for some people, it was disappointing, like they expected a lot more, because of how hyped Sinnoh remakes were. But I still had a lot of fun with it. Damn it. But then again, my ROM hack doesn't, like, change the story or anything. It's literally the exact same story, it just changes, like, teams and stuff. It's kind of like a vanilla plus kind of ROM hack. Like, what's a similar kind of ROM hack? Where, like, it's 95% the same game, but little things get changed. Like, the opponent's teams, movesets, sprites. Maybe add in some, like, not, like, new Pokemon, but, like, I don't know, just, like, you could say the legacy ones, because I know Smith plays his legacy ROM hacks, don't change the story at all. A quality of life, yeah, like a quality of life ROM hack. I mean, mine's not, like, completely quality of life, because well, I like went in the game and replaced Alolan Rattata, like Rattata with Alolan Rattata. Yeah, I don't like the legacy games either. I refuse to play them. Some of the changes I've heard that he made are pretty weird. Like, for example, what's one example? Yeah, I did like how the gym leaders in Elite Four and Champion were very tough. They had multiple different rematch teams. And one thing I'll say, Platinum did have a rematch team, but here's the problem. They were the exact same team, I'm not kidding, almost identical movesets. Like, I think there might be a difference of, like, 1 move per team or something, but they were just not good. Like, BDSP had multiple different rematch teams. Like, the first rematch team was the Platinum teams, and then there were 2 more rematch teams on top of that. And you can rematch the gym leaders 1 time per day. Like, you can say, well, Platinum had rematch teams. Yes, but it was like in that weird house in the survival area, I think the place is called. And there were only like 3 gym leaders in there per day. You just had to know what their schedules were. But in BDSP, you can just enter the gym and be like, hey, I'd like to rematch you. And they have some good strats. Like, for example, Faulkner's rematch team leads off with a Drizzle Pelipper, and his team spams Thunder. And I know Rourke has a Relicanth that has that ability that prevents recoil damage, and it just spams Choice Band Head Smash. Fixing Pokemon games, really good. Same guy who made the challenge video parody. Yeah, like the ones like, oh my gosh, guys, I hope I can win on the first try. I'm 20 levels over. Rockhead, that's what it was. I'm 20 levels over leveled, but oh my god, I lived at 1 HP. I mean, I always tell people, it's not about the... These videos aren't really a can I beat the game with this thing. It's a question on how. And how fast, for example. Like, I mean, these are technically solo speedrun challenges, but they are not speedruns. I don't care what people say, these aren't speedruns. This is just me, like, pushing myself to beat it as fast as I can, but this is in no way a speedrun. It's like you're racing against yourself. Permanent Tailwind. Oh, maybe his Aerodactyl? I think Rourke had an Aerodactyl. I don't know, you'd have to look at his team, but they had some very good teams on there. Alright, so yeah, once I get to level 50, I'm gonna rare candy on the odd levels. Alright, before Cyrus 2, teach Return over Aerial Ace. Just 2 Swords Dances. We need to guarantee Gyarados after Return Intimidate. Clear out every trainer from Route 222 to Victory Road. As for Volkner, have a Cherry Berry. By the way, if you get Crunch, teach it over Night Slash. Teach Waterfall over Aerial Ace and substitute over Return. Oh yeah, guys, how I've been talking about my Pokemon regional form ROM hack. It's called Pokemon Red Worldwide. I'm having, John Calibro was in the stream earlier. He's play testing it for me to make sure it's ready for release. As soon as he lets me know of any, like, major glitches he comes across, I will, release it. I'll release it as a patch file in my Discord server. I made it, like, so you can't just pick it up and solo run it, like, casually with whatever starter you pick. Like, it encourages you to have a full team of 6 since Brock. Because all the gym leaders are going to have full teams of 6. But they're not so absurdly hard. This isn't Radical Red bullshit. I actually had to nerf some of Brock and Misty's original team because they were too good. Prime Purple? So what, the Grimace game? Pokemon Grimace? I know, no one's heard that meme in years. Oh, dang, I can't use that protein. You know, I swear, I always think that rock has a hidden item in it. Alright, I think I am gonna get this rare candy. You know, surprisingly, ever since I started, like, multi-streaming to Twitch today, I haven't had any Twitch chatters yet. Then again, I'm not gonna actively promote my Twitch on this YouTube channel because I would prefer people on my YouTube channel to watch the streams on YouTube. The only reason I'm multi-streaming to Twitch is because, the vertical streams just on YouTube just aren't good anymore. They're not bringing viewers like they used to, so I quit doing them. And, it's basically like, there's like a chance that like some new viewer might find me on Twitch, and I'll encourage them to move over to YouTube. Yeah, I know Twitch sucks, but if there's a chance someone might discover me over there, that's one more person. I might get hit this way when I rank the generations. I take to account the main games, remakes, movies, non-mainline games, and anime. Okay, ranking all of it together? Whenever I rank generations, I always rank the originals and third versions. So like Gen 3 would be Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I wouldn't count Fire Red, Leaf Green. Like, I'd make a separate ranking for remakes. But if we were to combine side games too, Gen 4 and Gen 5 would have some very tough competition. Like, Gen 4 had the Ranger games, well, except the first one. It had 2 Ranger games. And Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky. But Gen 5 had Poke Park 2, it had Pokemon Conquest, and, what other side games did it have? Rumble, Pokemon Rumble. Like, it's a very tough competition with those two. Oh, guess what? The other day, I think it might have been like Eevee Appreciation Day or something, because the Pokemon YouTube channel made a YouTube post about like Eevee Appreciation Day, and it was showing off like all the different games where you have Eevee as your starter, and they literally name-dropped Pokemon Conquest. That's probably the first time in like 10 years they acknowledged the game even exists. Yeah, total copium that there's going to be a Conquest sequel. Yeah, totally. Actually, I don't want a Conquest sequel. I just want a remaster. Like, make it the same game with better graphics. Like, I would love that so much. More than anything. It'll never happen, though. Because Tecmo Koei was the one who made Conquest. Gen 3 had good non-mainline. Oh yeah, there was the original. I can't judge Coliseum and XD because I've never played them, but I will play them next year once they get onto Switch 2. But yeah, GZ, I've mentioned this many times, but once Coliseum and XD get added to Nintendo Online for GameCube, I will stream myself doing a Let's Play for both of them. I will say, though, like, even though I think Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky, they're like 95% the same game. Like, Time, Darkness, and Sky had... Like, I think they're better than the original Red and Blue Rescue Team, because the original Red and Blue Rescue Team wasn't balanced the best. But the remake of the originals, Rescue Team Deluxe, honestly a very top-tier game. Alright, I need to teach Return in the place of Aerial Ace. I'm not going to use any candies. Oh, I like the original one. Just the problem is, like, the balancing wasn't there. Oh, yeah, you gotta try the reboot. Like, I legitimately think it's one of the only Pokemon games on the Switch that's actually worth the $60. Because a lot of thought went into the game. It's really good. It doesn't mean I think the other games are garbage, though. All I'm saying is, like, if I was asked, like, is this game worth the price tag? I think for the Rescue Team remake, I would say yes. The other ones, I wouldn't think they were worth the price, but I still ended up buying them anyway, just because it's Pokemon. Oh, they added a ton of stuff. You know, for a limited time, it was the only game on Switch that had Mega Evolutions. And let's go, but let's pretend that game doesn't exist. Shadow, you're full of crap, Shadow. It absolutely is. That game is incredible. One of my biggest problems with the originals was trying to recruit some of the legendaries. Like for example, like the Mew in Buried Relic, for example. It has a very rare chance of spawning on any of the floors. So on average, you might find it like 3 times per dungeon, and it's a 99 floor dungeon. And once you find it, its base recruitment rate is 0.1%, which is freaking ridiculous. The remakes changed it to like, I think like 30%. Cool. Okay, it's just embargoed, so I can't use the Quick Claw anymore. Ouch. Okay, yeah, I might lose. Oh, wait. Oh, I guess oh no, I outsped that naturally. Damn it. You know what? Get level 60, I don't care. I've heard of Pokemon Quest, but I've never fully played it. Have any of you guys ever played Pokemon Cafe? I did attempt to play it for a little bit. Or better yet, have any of you guys ever played, back when it was still on the App Store, have any of you guys played, I think it was called Pokemon, I think it was Duel Masters, or Duel Links? It might have been Duel Masters. It was like a figure game. Like, it was based on the original, like, Pokemon trading figure game from the mid-2000s. They attempted to bring it back on mobile, and I do remember liking it, but at some point they took it down. Duel Masters, that's what it was. Anyone played Shuffle? I think I played Shuffle once. I did try to get into Pokemon Masters EX, but I don't know. The game does get like a bajillion crossovers with like almost every Pokemon character in existence, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it does look mid, yeah. It was fun when I was young. How old are you? Or how young are you? Wasn't Shuffle like one of the newer games? Like, I did play it when I was young, but my definition of young would have been like 13 or 14 years old. Steel Wing? Steel Wing. Okay, at least since you did not use Embargo, that doesn't eliminate my Quick Claw. People think Embargo just bans you from using, like, potions and stuff. It also prevents your held items from working. You were like 11 or 12. Ah. Honestly, if I had to take a guess, you're probably a year younger than me. I'm gonna guess your age. Let me know if I'm correct. I'm gonna guess you're 22. Hisui characters in modern Pokemon. Yeah, haven't you heard of Arceus? He's like a time machine. Correct? Did I legitimately get that right? Wow. Hey, game dev. Poke streamer on Twitch. Yeah, I started multi-streaming again. I can't believe I actually got that right. Yeah, Shadow, you're like 2 years older than me. I know you're 24. I think you're like from a year to a year and a half older than me. Steve is like 7 years older than me. Yeah, game dev. I'm just multi-streaming to both YouTube and Twitch because YouTube at some point changed how their vertical streams work. And it used to be like you'd get like a huge influx at the start of like 15 viewers, then it would lower down. Maybe you'll get some like mini spikes here and there. But whenever I've seen like Steve like do some of the vertical streams, he'd have an entire flat line of no viewers. It just doesn't push vertical streams anymore. And even then, most of the vertical streams are just scams anyway. So I decided to just go back to multi-streaming. I'm not going to actively, like, promote my Twitch, though, on this channel. In fact, in my videos, when I show off an image of all my social medias, Twitch used to be on there, but I removed it. Because I don't want to actively promote it. Like, the whole purpose of me multi-streaming to Twitch is so, like, there's a chance someone might discover my content through Twitch, and if they enjoy it and stick around, I'll tell them, well, if you're interested, you should come over to my YouTube channel because, I stream primarily over there, and I have edited videos based on this stuff. And it's where most of the chat is, too. Aw, you're a filthy millennial. Get out of here. You know, guys, John Calibro could out-old both of you. I don't know if he'd like me saying this, but I don't care. He's almost 40 years old. I think he is 40. And he's playing Gen 7. And I'm like, hey, dude, you know you're old, right? You're supposed to be playing Generation 1. And he's like, yeah, screw that. Go to Jersey? Gross. I have never been east of the Mississippi. Literally the furthest east I've ever made it was Houston, Texas. I'm not even kidding. And if you were to not count Houston, Texas, and if you don't count layovers, I'd say the furthest east I've gone, probably some town in Montana. I can confirm it's gross. John, the fact you said Game Dev, the fact you said early millennial, and you just said you're 37, that, like, oh my god, are the average millennials like 40 now? Oh, good god. I remember when I was a kid hearing about those stupid college kid millennials, and they were like 25 years old. And I was hearing all that when I was younger, but I forgot at the same time, like, I've grown in age too. So have they. Everyone getting old. I know, right? Get off my lawn. You've got to be kidding. I guess I have to do the fight paralyzed. It's gonna take too long to backtrack. Besides, this guy might play like an idiot. Let's see. Hey, game dev, you shouldn't be rolling around fucking laughing your ass off because you might hurt your back. Never let an age rating tell you shit. What if the person I'm seeing is 15? I'm just kidding, guys. Don't listen to me, okay? It's a joke, okay? Rotating would throw your back out. I've been working out semi-regularly, though. I go to the gym like 2 days a week. And by the gym, I mean my friend's parents' basement. Because he's got some equipment down there. I've been doing a lot of squats, too. To try and increase my leg muscles. Don't give Clippers the ability to ship. Oh, God. You know, I can't wait to get enough fans for people to make up random ships with me. Like, someone might try and ship me and GZ at some point. Like, I'm just waiting for it. Okay, I really need to try and avoid these trainers. Nice. The first ship will be you and Steve. Of course it is. Alright, I do want Waterfall. What's my final moveset for the league? Waterfall, Crunch, Substitute, Sword Dance. Alright, get rid of Return. Yeah, get rid of Dig. And a Discord mod. People call me a soy jack? What's a soy jack? Someone's shipping you and a close friend? Make it happen. I'm just kidding. People who would argue on who's at the bottom. What does this stream come to? It's late. We're just talking about degenerate shit. I just hope you guys all enjoy Daily December. That's starting tomorrow. Or for you Eastern folks, later in the morning at 11 a.m. Yeah, work in less than 10 hours. Well, the stream should be finished in like 20 minutes anyway. I don't think this is going to get sub 2, but I do want to try and beat Sharpedo's time. Oh no, Steve is a bitch. Yeah, I agree with that. Joke's on you, Shadow. I've already 100%ed that game on Switch. I will say, after I saw parts of it, I had to take a 3-day break from the game. You know what I will say, though? When I bought it on the Switch, it was like the Plus version, which was essentially like its own DLC, because the original version of the game was free. And when it came out to consoles, it was the paid version that had extra stuff to it. It actually had a download code for some MP3 and FLAC files for all the songs. I actually have all the songs on my phone. I've actually used them in video editing before a couple of years ago. You know what's funny? I actually bought it from the store from GameStop when I was visiting my grandmother in California, because I thought it was just some like stereotypical anime game with suggestive themes. I did not think it was going to be like that. Hey, Smash. So what do you think, Smash? Do you think this can beat Sharpedo? I'm gonna get the other rare candy. Hold on, I think I forgot one of the candies. Yeah, I did. Whoops. I love my roommate leaving a day before, back when he said we go on Thursday and Friday and come back Friday at 1 p.m. Nice. You like my friend too bad, let me kill everyone. I will say, though, I did have to look up how to beat the game on console, though, because I know on PC, you have to, like, go into your Windows File Explorer and delete some files. But I didn't know how to do that on console, but on console, they actually have their own, like, homemade desktop. And you have to, like, find its own files, which is pretty interesting. I don't know how long the Elite Four will take. You are gonna enjoy the Elite Four in this game. The interesting thing to note with Diamond and Pearl runs, there's 3 things. 1, the Bruno AI. 2, there are around 8 or 9 less rare candies in the game. Like, I think the most amount of candies you can get before the league is 13, instead of, like, Platinum's 20. Somewhere around those numbers. And 3, including the lower amount of rare candies, the Elite Four have higher levels and much higher speed stats. Like, for example, in Pokemon Platinum, the fastest Pokemon in the game is Lucian's Alakazam with 156 speed. In this game, it's Cynthia's Garchomp with 176 speed. And Flint's Infernape has 170 speed, compared to Platinum's, like, what was it, like 140? Like, his Infernape is freaking fast. So if the Elite Four does use competent moves, they are very hard. Hey, John. Different nature? Honestly, funnily enough, plus speed natures don't really help with the Elite Four in this game that much, just because it's that high of a level curve. Oh yeah, type diversity. People make fun of Flint in this game for, like, having 2 fire types, but when you actually have to face him in a team run, he's actually pretty hard. Like, in Platinum, if you just have a Pokemon with Surf, Earthquake, or Rock Slide, you can literally just sweep his entire team with 1 Pokemon. You cannot sweep him with 1 Pokemon in this game. You gotta actually think. Plus, Steelix is terrifying. Defensively. Totally fire Lopunny. I will admit the Lopunny is the worst Pokemon on his team. But, he does have a Drifloon that has Ominous Wind and Baton Pass. So theoretically, if he gets a Baton Pass after an Omni Boost and swaps to Infernape, that'll be bad. I've legitimately had that happen once, where it actually Baton Passed an Omni Boost. But I will say, like, Aaron's team isn't that good in Platinum. It's not really that good in Diamond and Pearl either, but I do think his Diamond and Pearl team is slightly harder because the Dustox is a lot scarier to set up on because it has Light Screen and Toxic and Double Team. At least it ain't Minimize. Good point. But honestly, Aaron's team is kind of pathetic in both games anyway. Funnily enough, I do legitimately think the Dustox is the scariest thing on his team. That's not really saying much. At least it isn't Minimize Pass. Yeah. Yeah, see the level spikes? The thing is, you've got to be kidding. The thing is... Oh, nice. When there are less rare candies and the Elite Four higher levels, it's very hard to outlevel them. Like, right now, I still underlevel Cynthia's Garchomp, and I've used all the rare candies. I mean, then again, that is the erratic growth rate. Shadow, that's just not Pokemon anymore. Bertha, I will say, is the actual Bruno of this game. Look at this Quagsire. This thing can't even hit flying types. And it has Sandstorm, which literally has a Sandstream Pokemon in the back. Hey, Game Dev, thanks. Super Chat defaulted to 20 bucks. Game Dev, that's $2. But thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, and Sudowoodo is not a good Pokemon. Like, this is literally the hiker. Yeah, yeah, Bertha was a lot harder in Platinum when she led with the Wish Cache. It defaulted 20 bucks because you know you love me. But yeah, Bertha is an absolute joke. Alright, here's Flint. Uh-oh. Quick Claw, get wrecked. Oh god. Flare Blitz. I am amazed that one shot with the sun still up. Alright, the sun should be gone when the Steelix comes out. And the Steelix is floating. Of course it is. It's a floating Steelix. Oh wait, no, Jeezy, this does have Double Team Baton Pass. And Aftermath. Yeah, literally Flint caused the most damage so far. Steelix floats in Stadium 2. Yeah, but it makes sense, because it's like doing that weird little serpent thing. But that sprite, it's literally just its normal sprite, just elevated. It looks bad. I hate it. Light screen. Okay, thanks for using Not Reflect. I will say, Lucian, he's somewhat challenging in both games. Especially since the Alakazam has 167 speed, and I just got one shot. Not only that, instead of Gallade being his ace in this game, because Gallade is not in the default Pokedex, his ace is the Bronzong, and you may think, oh, Bronzong, that thing is bad. Bronzong is actually scary when it uses moves like Gyro Ball, and it has a Citrus Berry. Like, a Citrus Berry on his bulkiest Pokemon. Focus Miss. Yeah, do you see how bad the speed stats can be in Diamond and Pearl? Also, fun fact, this actually mattered during the Gengar run I did in Diamond and Pearl. I could not use Choice Spec Shadow Ball because of that Giraffe Rig. Oh, crit. Nice. Okay, yeah, I think Lucian was the hardest one so far on this run. I might, if I can first try. Alright, if I can first try Cynthia, I will get a faster time. Yeah, you'd have to use Specs Dark Pulse, yeah. Oh, interesting, that breaks the sub. Oh, seriously? Okay, I just gotta go. I think I'm dead. That thing outspeeds me by 1. Yep. It is in Victory Road, yeah. I think at the time, though, I didn't know where Dark Pulse was. Yeah, it's often easy to set up on, but today's not one of those days. Oh no. Okay, actually, Embargo is actually pretty bad, because Embargo prevents the Quick Claw from working. Yeah, John, I've already used all my rare candies. Ouch. No, the AI does not fish for KOs. In its eyes, as long as it's a move that does damage to you, it'll go for it. Like, Spiritomb won't use, like, Psychic on a Dark type. It will not use Psychic on me, but all of its other moves are open game. Okay, I think I need to go into the Roserade with a substitute up. Yeah, okay. I need to have the substitute up on the Roserade. Yeah, it's basic AI, yeah. It's kind of like Red and Blue's basic AI. But at least it's not Battle Revolution's completely random AI. Ouch. 2 swords dances. Substitute. Bruh. Oh my god, you sack of shit. Did that thing just get an Omni boost? Oh wait, the plan. Attract Spiritomb. Oh, get rid of Crunch. You know, that actually would be a good idea. I mean, surely I won't need it, right? Earthquake. Hey, Shadow Stitch. I think you're chatting on your wrong channel, buddy. Dragon Rush. Okay, this is kind of tough. But yeah, I think I need to use Attract because I'm not kidding. Besides Silverwind, Embargo might be this thing's scariest move. Because as I've mentioned for the millionth time, Embargo prevents Quick Claw from working, and I need Quick Claw in this fight. Yeah, speed's a problem. That's one of the things about Diamond and Pearl, is the speed stats are a lot higher. Son of a bitch. Does anyone know if Embargo wears off? Okay, I think it did wear off, because I just had a Quick Claw activation. Aura Sphere. My god. But yeah, I think I need +6 with sub. Okay. We've had to play around that on the Nimbasa N fight. Interesting. Yeah, literally preventing Quick Claw from working is so bad. Okay, wow, okay. Yeah, I actually did know it worked on held items. The reason I know this is because I had a run before where I got embargoed with a choice item, and the choice item quit working. So I was able to use other moves. $204.12. Dang it. It couldn't beat Sharpedo. Even though this thing had Swords Dance, this thing's lower speed stat really held it back bad. Sharpedo didn't have to really worry about that because Sharpedo at least has speed. Yeah, legitimately most of the resets were on Cynthia. You guessed right. Did you guess 20? Yeah, the in-between run. That means my guess was actually perfect. 202 to 207. Alright, let's go ahead and put this on the leaderboard real quick. This is an interesting version of the photo battle. Not bad for a little lobster. Alright, everyone, so if we take a look at the leaderboard right here, these are our top 10 Pokemon right here, and Sharpedo got 13th place overall with a time of 2:02. Crawdaunt is behind here. It got a worse time than Mamoswine's second playthrough. To be fair, if I remember correctly, I think Mamoswine had a medium fast growth rate, and it did have access to some great moves, but its low base speed stat held it back bad. But it did get a barely better time than Dragonite. To be fair, I feel like this is an appropriate ranking for Dragonite. Dragonite's starting moveset is so bad. It's like Wrap, Leer, Twister, and Thunder Wave. Its slow XP group? Yeah, Dragonite's starting moveset is so horrific. You essentially have to wait till like after the 4th gym to get good move. You literally have to buy Thunder and Fire Blast from the department store to get good stuff. Yeah, right now we've done 19 runs in Pokemon Pearl. Yeah, Shadow, I feel like in order to outspeed everything, you need 100 base speed with a plus speed nature. And 100 speed EVs. I think a nature where you don't need a plus speed nature is probably like 120. I think if your speed is like 160, you could get away with minus speed. Oh yeah, Shadow, it's a very fast game. The fastest Pokemon in Pokemon Platinum is 156 on Lucian's Alakazam. In Diamond and Pearl, it's Cynthia's Garchomp with 176. It's literally almost a 20-point difference. 80 is a perfectly good base speed? Are you just saying that just because it's... Hold on. You butt wipe. I know what you did. I'm gonna guess one of the best monster time in Pearl will be Lucario. Lucario's really great. In fact... can I show this off without spoilers? Yes. I'm just not going to show the bottom of the leaderboard. But, Lucario got 6th place overall. The thing that kind of held Lucario back... I don't know. It did have to rely on moves like Metal Claw. It had to rely on subpar moves for the most part. Or Vaporeon. I don't know, actually. I've played Vaporeon in only one Pokemon game, which was Leaf Green. Do you guys see how many leaderboards I have? Let me look at Leaf Green. Unleashed Hitmonchan. I would love to run Hitmonchan one of these days. Let's see. Vaporeon. 21st place. Is it? It's actually my highest ranked evolution. I hated running the evolutions in this game. They all have to grind in the forest till at least level 16 to get a stab move. Hitmonlee destroys Sapphire. I don't think I can show off the Sapphire leaderboard. Like, I'm so close to Daily December, I worry about spoiling some things. Because I had to put the Pokemon into the leaderboard and take screenshots for the video. And, I do worry about that. So I'm gonna quit scrolling. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for stopping by. Tomorrow will be the start of Daily December. Or for those of you in Eastern Time, it's already started today. So, every single day at 11 a.m. EST, 8 a.m. Pacific, I will release one fully produced video. And I will do one stream of a random solo run from that respective game. So the first video for Daily December on the 29th will be Sapphire with Cradily. And that day, I will also do a stream of Pokemon Sapphire with a random species. But there will technically be 2 streams tomorrow just because of that whole Mega Pinsir backport. But after that, there won't be any Crystal backports for the rest of the month. It gets a setup move level 6. Yeah, I think that's Meditate. Plus, it'll get access to Bulk Up. Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire just completely get devastated by fighting types. Similar thing with Emerald. Well, anyway, I will see you all later. I hope you all enjoy Daily December as it rolls out.